Yeah, whatever. Welcome to the morning skate, episode 284. Your host, Ked. I'm joined by my co-host, Brownie. This episode is labeled Sad Boy Hours.
Sad boys. What you gonna do?
I mean, I couldn't be any more sad. What a rough week for Kedlers. I'm just going to get off on, just start with that. It hasn't been a fucking good one. In my New York Rangers, do I find a different team?
Dude.
I don't know what to do.
That's drastic.
It is drastic, but dude, what the fuck? I think it's drastic when your number one center has 2 points in 7 games. I think it's drastic. No, he had 4 points, but still he had 1 goal. I think it's drastic when your Russian point per game player in the regular season decides to have 2 points. I think it's drastic when you draft somebody first overall in the NHL draft and in 7 games they have 0 points. I don't know, just very, very sad boy hours. We're going to get into all this stuff. I will say, before we get into Heroes and Zeros, I'm going strictly Heroes this week because I feel like there's going to be a lot of just negativity that's going to be coming out of my mouth this episode.
So you're going to have a lot of negativity up to the Heroes and Zeros.
Up until
you're
the
going to go,
Heroes and
I gotcha.
Yes.
I respect that.
Yeah, I hate everything right now. If you I'm at the store and somebody looks at me funny, I want to fight them. That's where I'm at right now, and I'm fucking willing to do it.
So you know what's funny is, I get, obviously you're bummed out, right? Your team loses, and especially hockey. Hockey's so different with the sudden death. Like for the Bruins, it's so fast and so immediate. It's like shocking. But the thing that really gets me, and this is so dumb, but so I watched probably 81 out of 82 games.
Yeah.
It did write-ups on, probably over 75% of them. We talk about the Bruins every week. I follow everything, and nothing pisses me off more than people that are like the Fugazi bandwagon fans, and they're like, what a fucking disappointment. I'm like, where the fuck have you been?
Yeah.
It drives me crazy.
So all of October, all of November, all of December, all of January, February, March, and April. That's 7 months of my life I'm never going to get back.
Hey, it was fun.
Was it fun? Was it fun, Brownie? Because I don't think it was that fun. just fucking, I don't even know. I'm so lost. But having said that, okay, this episode is going to be roller coaster. Let's just kind of get that out of the way. I hate everything right now. I hate everything except for this one thing. We have a sponsor. As you can see, if you're watching on the YouTube channel, Heated Core is now our sponsor. Head over to their website, use promo code MorningSkate15. Brownie's about to tell you everything about it. This is a live fucking ad read he's about to do. And to be completely honest, I don't know what I'm getting myself into. So every thought that's going to come out of my mouth right now is going to be pretty genuine. I feel bad for Heated Core because, again, I hate everything. So I'm going to do my absolute best to really be like, oh, fuck yeah.
Poor Katie sitting in Cincinnati just tensed right now. So it's the website's heatedcore.com. Let's get that out of the way. So what it is, it's a base layer. You're outside. You don't want to be bulky. Like you remember the big puffy jackets when you were a kid. You want that nice thin base layer. This one's a little different though because it is you charge it up.
Ooh,
battery.
So you're like Iron Man.
Yeah, you are like Iron Man, kind of. The battery lasts for 6 hours. Got 3 adjustable heat settings, and because it's a base layer, you feel it almost instantaneously, the heat, because it kicks in right away, and it's got a carbon fiber heating element, so it's heats up quickly, and it's super durable. So, like, if you're out, like.
Well, what's cool about this, Brownie? Let me interrupt really quick. I would talk about my parents, right? My dad was the fucking best. And I give my mom a shout out every once in a while. Now, my mom is also a fucking absolute trooper. She is like one of my favorite person on planet Earth, right?
Yeah.
She was the best mom. She loved baseball season because she could be out in the middle of the sun, catching her rays. She fucking hated hockey season. But she would still go to every single one of my games because I was her baby boy. And like, that's what it was. She's going to be so fucking mad that it took me 32 years to get a sponsor of a fucking base layer where she could have been heated up the whole fucking time. Yeah. She's going to be like, are you kidding me? Like, this is now when you're going to do this?
You took the words out of my mouth. I mean, this is a no-brainer for sitting in a rink watching your kids play. I mean, it's a no-brainer. But you and I have both partaken in the joy that is Pond hockey.
Yes, and I mean, from the sounds of it that I've heard so far, I don't know about you, but when I play pond hockey, I get the hand warmers and I get the feet warmers. I put the feet warmers in my skates, hand warmers in my gloves. It sounds like this is
Yeah.
a
It's for the body. It's for the body. If you go to their website, their website's really cool. It's got a graphic that shows like where it heats up. So it's like the middle of your back. I mean, it's legit. The other thing too, once again, you and I have both partaken in this. You get out of beer league. It's called beer league for a reason because you stand in a circle with your idiot friends.
Yeah.
You tell the same stories
Nope,
every
you
week.
talk about how good the Bruins or the Rangers are this year. This
Right,
is our
right.
year. We're gonna win the fucking cup, boys. That's what we do.
You talk about the world's problems and you try to solve them. But I'm telling you right now, there's nothing worse than leaving the rink cold, right? Because you shower or whatever. Throw one of these beauties on. You go out in the parking lot. You'd be there till 4 a.m.
Yeah, and guys, we know summer's coming up. We get that. I might put this on and just go outside at like a 97-degree day and just try to sweat out whatever fucking demons I have going on in my life that is making my life this fucking miserable.
So you're gonna be going up the hill like Rocky
Yeah.
in Rocky 4 going, Mika.
Yeah, pretty much.
Aaron.
Yeah, that's exactly what's gonna happen. So promo code MorningSkate15, save you 15%. Head over there, check them out.
Eatitcore.com. Give them a check out. And what's nice, so our contact over there is Katie. I'm not going to give away her last name because I don't know if she wants that out there. But she's new to hockey, right? As a fan. And she was telling me she lives in Cincinnati. Her and her husband they decided to sit down. They were like, we're going to become hockey fans this year.
Yep.
And they adopted a team. New fans. They didn't want to do Columbus. Yep. New fans, new team. Kraken.
You know,
that's their team.
No, good for them. At least they picked a winner. You know.
Well, I told her, I go if Seattle gets by Dallas, we'll have her come on and give us her Kraken point of view.
100%. And guys, just really quick, I know we're a hockey podcast, but if you snowplow driveways, if you go hunting in the fall, in the winter, you do anything along these lines, check it out. It's fucking really cool. So
Heatedcore.com.
Heated core. Parkour. All right. We're gonna get into Mea Culpas, and if you're watching this on the YouTube channel,
buckle up.
Hi, this is Mea Culpa, and I'm here to introduce the Morning Skates Mea Culpas with Ked and Brownie.
That's pretty slick.
It's pretty fucking slick, dude. It's pretty good. Shout out to Kenton for getting all of our new videos that were coming up, new music, all that shit.
Shout out to my buddy Snoop there who helped me with that stuff.
Shout out to Snoop, and again, just a double shout out to Ken. This kid does so much work for us, man. And his Oilers, maybe we got to work more. Maybe we have to start putting better things into the universe so our teams start performing better. Maybe that's what it is. Like Ken's.
You think that's why Edmonton's?
Yeah, I'm going to do this. Yeah, Ken's Oilers made it past the last round because he's made, I don't know, probably 1,000 things worth of content since he's been in the skate. So shout out to him.
But I mean, you and I are doing this on a weekly basis, so you think we'd get a little love. But anyways, on to Mea Culpas.
I've been 32 years with zero fucking love, dude. So nothing's changing there.
So
actually, before we go, the Rangers, last time the Rangers won the Cup, 94.
Yep.
Sam Rosen, and this one will last a lifetime.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, when they won.
Hey, you know what's funny? And I gotta
somebody have to take out Sam. Is that what this is? Like I don't get why bad things continue to happen to me. It's fucking insane.
So whenever they do Bruins hype videos, they always show 2011, obviously, and Dave Gosher, who was the radio play-by-play guy at the time, he's one who had that call, Bergeron, get the duck boats ready.
Yeah.
So every hype video, even if his voice isn't in it, I hear it in my head.
Yeah.
So before Game 7, they were doing all these videos. I was watching all these hype videos, and I tweeted at him, and I was like, I still hear your voice, and he gave it a heart. I had to reach out to him this summer and see if he wants to come on. He'd be a great guy to talk to because he's out in Vegas now doing color for them.
No,
play for them. I mean,
it's really nice that that's a memory that you have. The only thing I really have is the New York Rangers are now eliminated from the playoffs. That's about all I have. So, Mea Culpas or whatever, dude. Like, what do we?
All right, so it finally happened. Aaron Rodgers is officially a New York Jet. Just catching up on that story.
He went to the Rangers game,
and he went to the Knicks too. He's Mr. Man About Town.
Yeah.
That song Up on Cripple Creek, this band that sang it was The Band, which is pathetic that I couldn't remember the name
That's
of
pretty
The
brutal.
Band.
Yeah.
I know. DeMar Hamlin, you remember the kid for the Bills? He's all the way back. He's cleared to practice and expects to be on the opening day roster for the NFL season. So good for him. Yeah.
Damn.
And you were right, buddy. Seattle goalie Philip Grubauer did play for Colorado 3 seasons from 2018-19 to 2021 before being left unprotected in the expansion draft for the Kraken. He put up a stat line of 63, 30, and 6 with a 9.58 with 2.41 goals against. And his best year was his last year when he had his best statistical season with 30 Ws. So no wonder he was so pissed off.
So I think I was onto something there.
Yeah, you were. You were definitely onto something.
Good on me, dude. All right.
Yep.
NHL in the news.
I hadn't seen that video.
This is so much fucking cooler now.
I had not seen that video. That's
NHL in the news. Winnipeg, after being
tight,
eliminated.
nice tight hockey stick. See that?
Winnipeg Jets, after being eliminated, head coach Rick Bowness ripped the vets and the team in general. After being eliminated, he went off. I'm so disappointed to discuss it right now. There has to be pride. You have to be able to push back when things aren't going your way. We had no pushback. Their better players were so much better than ours tonight. They deserved to win. They were the better team in the regular season. They were the better team in this series. Now, Blake Wheeler took umbrage to this. Like that word? Oh, you said, dude, that I didn't even read the word umbrage in this. That just came to my head. So that was pretty good.
You and I, man, right there on the same page.
He could have been honest with us. We could have had those discussions behind closed doors, so I didn't agree with how he handled himself after the game. Adam Lowry also said we would have wished that maybe Rick would have come to us and just told us how he felt rather than going into the media and saying those things, especially if that's the way he's felt since February. I think we could have had some conversations and maybe try to make some changes. Wheeler, Scheifele, Nino Niederreiter, and Connor Hellebuck all have 1 year left on their contract, and Pierre-Luc Dubois is UFA July 1st. He's gone. They've already announced that Bowness will be back as coach.
All right, stop here for a sec, because I reached out. So I don't have a whole lot of opinion of Rick Bowness as a coach, because when he was a Bruins coach, they weren't in their best ways. I mean, he had some success, but overall it was a blip, right, with him. So I reached out to Fink, right, because Bowness was the HC in Dallas. This is what our intrepid Finky says here. Rick Bowness, you old bag of beaten bones. The pure joy I take in seeing you and your team fail is unparalleled. I do not have children yet, but I imagine this day feeling like the birth of my first child. The way you left the Stars after saying your passion for hockey was still there, but your legacy would not be defined by winning a Stanley Cup, well, you nailed it. Your legacy will, in fact, not be defined by winning a Stanley Cup, like you said, but having a Jets team that you say had no pushback, a team that essentially quit on you. There you go. I thought that was awesome by Fink.
He definitely chat GBT'd that. Good for him. Yeah, I mean, I it's hard for me, man, because I just fucking hate the Rangers so much that I hate the players. So, like, I'm kind of siding with Bowness here. Like, hey, players, stop being a bunch of pussies and perform.
See, I go the other way, because I feel like one of the biggest failures with the Bruins, which we'll get to later, might have been their coaching in this first round. Mm-hmm. So I think that was as a coach, you gotta keep your emotions in check. You have to be the example for your team, your players. And for him to lose his shit like this, I thought was unbecoming. It's like, what are you fucking doing, dude?
No, I get that, but sometimes it's hard for a coach when your star players just decide not to fucking show up. So,
yeah, all right. Well, for everyone listening at home, there's going to be a lot of Rangers anger in all these other stories.
There could be. More on Winnipeg. Connor Hellebuck. If you guys remember, that's who I said was going to be the factor.
That's who I thought was going to maybe win the Vezina.
Who also stated he didn't agree with Bowness' take on the situation. Stated after the series that he has no interest in a rebuild. I'm not interested in a rebuild. I just want to compete. I enjoyed myself more in 5 playoff games than I did all year. It's like a high you got to chase. You can't replicate that anywhere else except the playoffs. That's the kind of guy I'd want on my team.
So I have a little bit of a fever dream here that if Krejci doesn't come back and Bergeron does, maybe the Bruins can package Ullmark and a whole bunch of stuff to get Hellebuck and Wheeler over from the Jets.
I love that because you just loved Ullmark the whole year. Fucking big old Linus, dude, just fucking out there.
I still love Linus, but
Linus.
I think you have to, if you're going to move one goalie, it's got to be him versus Swayman because Swayman's younger and more affordable. Seattle just tied it up.
Andre Palat's a second Czech-born player to score 50 playoff goals. Yager was the first. Fuck off, Palat. Vegas fans can rest easy. Shea Theodore was held out of Game 5 due to an illness. He'll be back for the rest of the run. Phil Kessel was a healthy scratch and missed his first game since Halloween 2009. He hasn't missed a playoff game in 15 years. He had played in 1,149 consecutive games, including playoffs. Regular season all-time streak of 1064 in a row is still active.
So how do you feel about that?
I think it's – I don't fucking know, dude.
He got healthy scratch for the playoffs. I feel like the streak is over. That's just my gut reaction.
I think so too. It's hard to ask me that when 20 guys on the Rangers didn't show up for 7 games.
All right, pull it together, will you?
Yeah, I would agree with that. I think in classic Bruce Cassidy doing that. Just it is what it is. I'm with you there. Like you're done.
Yeah, yet he still has the record, you know.
Yeah. Calgary, they've announced plans and an agreement for a new arena. This was after Mackenzie Weegar was like very vocal about saying pretty much this sucks. You remember last year when he went to the Flames and they showed him the locker room? It was literally just
he's like, this is it.
This is it.
So it's funny, the Saddle Dome announcement. I happened to be talking to Kenton, our graphics guy, for those that don't know, lives out in Alberta. And I was like, hey, man, the Saddle Dome's shutting down. I got to get there. He's like, oh, you got to go to that dump? I'm like, buddy. He goes, I know. It's the house that Iggy built. I go, ideally, I can get out there for like a weekend and go to a Calgary and an Edmonton game. Wouldn't that be awesome?
That would be
with Jenks and Kenton.
Yeah.
So
I'd be down. They also announced that Daryl Sutter, he's not coming back as the head coach, which kind of makes sense. The writing was on the wall there. I feel like a lot of the players weren't like huge fans of him.
I heard I think it was Huberdeau, came out today and said that other different coaching style would have got more out of the players or something to that effect.
Probably, but at least their players showed up. I feel like if he was a Rangers head coach, Mika and Kreider would have just sat Indian style, just humming home. I don't know, man. Play anymore.
Gallant's old school kind of guy too, you know.
Not that old school, dude.
That's true.
This is kind of cool. Snoop Dogg has officially joined producer Nico Sparks' bid to purchase the Senators. Snoop said that he's been a fan for 25 years, wants the opportunity to bring hockey to our community. This is cool. Do you remember a couple years ago when he was like doing not play-by-play, but kind of play-by-play with the Kings, and he's like, and Dion Phaneuf was trying to find him. He was like, "Ooh, go off, Dion!" You could tell he was like fucking super into it. This is cool. Ottawa's kind of turned into like everybody kind of wants it. Ryan Reynolds, Snoop Dogg, all sorts of celebrities. Yeah, I mean, this is going to be good for them.
I don't know the laws. Is it different? And I should have asked someone ahead of this instead of asking you live on this. Is weed legal in every province in Canada?
Probably not. Knowing who runs that place, I would doubt it.
I'm just curious because I wonder if the NHL is going to be on board with Snoop being part of this.
I mean, they're on board with Wes McCauley reffing playoff hockey games, so like I think a little bit would be fine.
Justin Braun.
Big game Braun. Justin Braun. He performed for the Rangers last year as a sixth defenseman. Called it a career. Minnesota native, played 4 years at the Zoo, UMass Amherst, college built to Cale Makar, and Brownie. Brownie went to the Zoo?
Yep.
I didn't know that. You ever go to the Monkey Bar?
I probably wasn't there when I was there. Dude, the place where they play hockey, what's that? The Mullins Arena? That wasn't there when I went there. So that was a grassy field when I went there.
Well, he was selected 7th round by the Sharks, carved out a 13-year NHL career with the Sharks, Philly, and the Rangers, where he put up a stat line of 34 goals, 165 assists for 199 points, and 842 games played, 317 penalty minutes. Stick taps to big game Braun. Love Justin.
So in my mind, Justin Braun is that defenseman. He's a pro's pro. He doesn't make mistakes. He's he probably not a whole lot of highlight reels, right?
It's perfect 6'7" defenseman, dude.
Oh, I was going to say 4 or 5, but yeah.
Oh, maybe in like his prime.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Seattle, second team in NHL history to score first in all 7 games of a series. First was Toronto in 2004 versus Ottawa.
Cool stat.
Oh, boy. Ty Carty?
I think so.
Signed an ELC with the Kraken as an undrafted free agent. He recorded 57 points in 72 games played on a very stacked Coachella Firebird squad. Went to HL
right. Remember when he got sent down?
Yep. Gets a call up as a Black Ace, scores his first NHL goal in his debut. He joined a pretty good list of players who scored in the NHL debut in the playoffs. Cale Makar, Lori Korpikoski, Adam Mayer, Rod Brindamore, Doug Volmar, and just earlier tonight, Matthew Nees. I think I got that.
Toronto. Yep.
Um,
is up 2-1.
So Andrew Cogliano suffered a fractured neck from a Jordan Eberle hit from behind in Game 6. He came back in the third period, but is now considered out indefinitely.
That's insane, dude.
Yeah, and hey, shout out to George Peros for really fucking policing the league. You fucking bum, dude. What a fucking bum that guy is.
Still hasn't called you back.
No, Cale Makar suspended the game for his interference on Jared McCann, where he just blew him up for no fucking reason. McCann was out for like the series.
So I saw that. I thought that Makar thought the puck was there.
I don't get.
No, I'm just saying. I don't think
Adam Fox. The puck was out of play, but because
I don't think Makar's a dirty player. That's all. That's what I'm saying.
I think he's a really fucking dirty player after a hit like that. Yeah,
right.
Dirtiest player in the fucking league, Cale Makar.
All right, go ahead.
Toronto advanced past the first round for the first time since 2004. That's 19 years, 6,948 days. Shout out Browning for that math. This is the first second round Leaf series to be broadcast in HD. That's crazy.
HD was not invented.
Was
the internet invented? Yeah, probably, right?
Yeah, AOL AIM 2004.
Yeah. That was when you got the discs in the mail.
Yeah. People knew what a floppy disk was back then.
Dude, I think Seattle just tied this up. Dude, they will not go away.
No, they're bugs. They're like the little fucking gnats that you get.
Yeah, they tied it up. Ryan Donato with the primary assist, former Bruin.
Florida Panthers are banning Canadian residents from buying tickets for the Florida-Toronto series. I love this.
I kind of like that, but I wonder, because Florida's got a lot of the snowbirds, right? Isn't that a thing still? I wonder if there's a lot of Canadians that live in Florida that root for the Panthers.
Well, it is May, so...
Oh, they'd be back up. This is kind of when the transition is, right? Whatever.
I don't know. Gordie Howe, fun fact of the week. Mr. Hockey used a flat blade and would switch hands regularly on a stick, playing ambidextrously during games.
Insane.
Some people just have it.
Do you know Adam Oates used to play with a flat stick also?
I think I did know that.
Because he wanted his backhands to be saucy.
It's pretty fucking crazy. All right, playoff time. We're starting with your Bruins, man.
Go ahead, man. Jump in.
Best team in NHL history.
Seattle just went ahead.
Seattle went ahead. Best team in NHL history gets beat by the Panthers in 7 games. So points, Bertuzzi performed for you. 10 points, 5 goals. Orlov had 8 assists. So your guys that you picked up at the deadline really performed. Olmark had an .896 save percentage. Matthew Chuck.
So it came out about Kevin Weeks that Olmark has some kind of, quote, debilitating injury that significantly hampered him, according to Kevin Weeks. And if this is, I mean, Weeks is usually pretty.
That out when you told me you wanted to fucking pack his shit and send him. I want to send him too if it's a fucking injury that's not going to go away.
Well, I don't know what the injury is, but Weeks is usually fairly spot on, right? He doesn't shoot from the hip. He usually is double checks, triple checks.
Yes,
but my issue is, if he had this injury, are you telling me that 90% of Olmark, and I know he's probably the Vezina favorite, but 90% of Olmark is better than 100% of Swayman when they were in a platoon all year? I have a lot of questions, but go ahead. Sorry, continue.
No, I think those questions are verified. So Matthew Tkachuk, 11 points, 5 goals, 6 assists, led his team. Lyon had a 9-0-2, but I know Bobrovsky ended up playing most of those games. But oh boy, I thought you guys had in Game 6. What Game 6 was?
Olmark had the brain cramp at the very end.
Maybe not for you being a Bruins fan, but like Game 6, if those were two teams you didn't really give a shit about and you're just watching hockey, like that was a really fun playoff hockey game to watch. It was a lot of back and forth. You had no idea.
7-5 game. No, that wasn't.
That was Game 6, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah,
but even Game 7, I thought it was done. Swayman, so all right, I'm gonna give like a mini vent right here. So this is what I like to see. For Marchand in Game 5 had a partial breakaway as time ran out, and he took full responsibility after this series. He's like, I blame myself. He's like, I had the series on my stick, and I didn't get it done, and that's not what I'm here for. Something to that effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
Swayman, after Game 7, said he was very visibly upset in the locker room and said that I needed one more save. I owed the guys one more save. I let everyone down. That's the kind of ownership I want to see. The things I have issues with is, and I'll get to it more in the zeros. It's just this do it got you there. You were in a platoon all season with goalies, and then you just Omar hurt, not hurt. You got to move Swayman in there. Like Swayman could have played game 3.
So my thing, you guys were up 3-1. How do you it was 3-1, then obviously 3-2.
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't game 6 be the game to start, Swayman?
Game 5, you're up 3-1.
Right.
Game 5 would have been 1-2.
And then you wait, and Omar isn't really performing, and now you got to start a goalie who hasn't played in 2 weeks.
Yeah. Like 15 days or something like that. Yeah.
So I get where you're coming from on there. I would be frustrated about that.
And I'll get to this more in my heroes and zeros. I got a lot, but hold on, let me get to because we're not going to do like a Bruins thing.
No.
So
the Jack Edwards call was pretty fucking fun.
Yeah. Patrice Bergeron has now tied Zdeno Chara with the most Game 7 appearances in NHL history of 14. Damn. Patrick Waugh and Scott Stevens each have 13. David Krejci, 13 assists in Game 7s, the most in NHL history. Bergeron, we know the stories of him, the collapsed lung and everything. So he played that last game of the regular season in Montreal, which is a meaningless game because his dad is suffering from some type of cancer, and I don't know the prognosis, and he wanted his dad to see him play at Montreal one last time. Got hurt in that game. Seattle's up 4-2. I don't know how it's happening. The TV, I can't. It's not my line of sight. I just keep looking over, and I see more goals. So he played in that last game. He got hurt, and he missed the first 2 games of the series, I believe, maybe 3. Herniated disc. That's what he's playing through.
It's pretty sore.
This fucking guy. I mean, unbelievable. And then I'll get into the mortgaging of the future when I get to my heroes and no, actually, I'll do it now. So at the end of this year, Bergeron, Krejci, Bertuzzi, Orlov, Hathaway, Nosek, and Foligno are all UFAs.
Yep.
Swayman and Frederick are RFAs.
There were 2 players of your UFAs that if I could bring back, I think it would be substantial for you. I think the rest you don't really need.
Yeah. The Bruins have less than $11 million in cap space, and by the structure of the Krejci and the Bergeron deals, they have a combined $4 million cap hit penalty next year. So they're up against it trying to figure this out. I had the whole breakdown of what they've given away, but the picks that everyone here hates Don Sweeney, but he did everything he could, everything that you want a GM to do.
Yeah.
The Bruins gave up a first, a second, a third, and a fifth for Orlov and Hathaway, and they gave up a first and a fourth for Bertuzzi. That's a lot of capital. So that's why they're talking big roster moves. Taylor Hall's name, I've heard. Jake DeBrusk's name, Matt Grzelcyk, Allmark. I've been hearing a lot of that, but it's only been a few days. So, yeah, it's disheartening. They for an 82-game season is 41 home games.
Yeah.
They lost 7 all year. They lost 3 versus Florida.
Yeah.
And I will say this. Matthew Tkachuk is a motherfucker. God, he's good. And like you come out of a series and you're like, oh my God, I didn't realize how good player X was.
Yeah.
I knew how good Tkachuk was. I knew how good Bennett was, but they're a fucking juggernaut, those two together. Give me those two. Give me fucking Brandon Montour. Holy shit, what a fucking series. And what's the big Czech guy? Gudis?
Yep.
What a fucking perfect playoff defenseman.
Yeah.
The Bruins didn't have an answer for those 4 players, and that was the difference.
You guys went out and got what you needed to make a playoff run. I don't think you can be upset with your GM that you made. I think the deals that he made, the only people, and Matthew Tkachuk said it perfectly, the only people in the world that thought that they were going to win were the Panthers.
Yep.
Like, there was nobody else.
Yep.
So I don't think.
By the way, the Panthers won tonight 4-2 in the game 1 versus Toronto.
Yeah.
Earlier tonight. Listen, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at any one on the Bruins. I'm not mad at anyone in the Bruins organization right now,
God, that must be so nice.
except for the coaching staff. I have some issues with the coaching staff. I won't get into it. My heroes and zeros. But
Okay.
Go ahead. Go to the next one.
All right. So next one, Maple Leafs Lightning. The Leafs end up winning in 6 games. Marner 11 points. Matthews 5 goals. Marner 9 assists. Samsonov is a .900 save percentage for the Bolts. It was Cicerelli 6 goals. 6 points. He had 3 goals, and Kucherov had 5 assists. Vasilevsky at .875. Not great. I think it's just, they lost McDonough. Like, that's a huge fucking loss. Tanner Jeannot, I don't even think dressed in game 6. And I know there was a lot of people chirping for how much they gave up to get him, but like, there's no way that guy's healthy after that fucking leg injury and shit. So like, I get that.
Well, it also caught up with them. They've played like what, an extra
a lot of
40 games over the last 2 years than everybody else.
Yeah,
right.
They played a ton of hockey. Matthews leading this team in goals.
Another thing, real quick. Another thing I saw today, right? So they're talking about how Toronto is ready for the Bennett Tkachuk line because they played against Tampa, and it's Corey Perry and Pat Maroon and Alex Killorn. And
little bit different of a little bit different of a skill set there.
Corey Perry's prime is not equal to Matthew Tkachuk right now.
Ooh.
I don't think it is.
I mean, Corey Perry was fucking good.
Yeah, but Corey Perry always ended up in the box. Tkachuk doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the difference for me.
Yeah, and I just.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
I think you're right. I think the Bolts have played a ton of hockey over the last couple of years and caught up to them. Can't believe Toronto made it out of the round. Good for them.
Sorry, the Panthers might take care of him in 4.
Yeah. Well,
which would be great.
Hurricanes Islanders. The Hurricanes won in 6. Sebastian Aho 7 points, 4 goals. Brent Burns 5 assists. Freddie Anderson ended up playing in a .971 save percentage. Kyle Palmieri 5 points. He had 2 goals and 3 assists. Sorokin a .929 save percentage, still pretty good.
Yep.
This was just, the Hurricanes are a better team than the Islanders are.
Yep.
That's all that was.
So I heard a thing about Sorokin today. I guess he's UFA. And yeah, I thought I heard that.
That could be
32 Thoughts.
Really?
Yeah, and I guess Lamoriello doesn't like to go into a season with UFAs like that if it's someone he wants to keep.
God, if he leaves the island, I would be so fucking happy, dude.
So it's going to be interesting. It's something to keep an eye on.
Either that's something to keep an eye on. Dude, I think you're thinking it's Varlamov.
Oh, I might be.
That's who you're. Yeah, Sorokin's definitely coming back. Varlamov, I'm pretty sure is a UFA.
Yeah, all right, that could be. So
okay,
half of
that makes a lot more sense because I would have heard way more about that. Yeah, and I mean, it's just the Islanders' issues are they just never have enough fucking skill. Like they never, maybe not skill, but they don't have enough top guys. They have Matt Barzal.
They have they are a team. They're always a team full of plumbers, right?
Yeah.
It's always bottom 6 guys that you love, that you want their jersey, right? But that's not gonna win you a cup.
100%.
You need both.
Yeah.
By the way, end of the first, Seattle's up 4-2 on Dallas. Oof.
And on the split side, where you said a bunch of plumbers, you're not going to win the bottom 6. Well, you're certainly not going to win with a lot of talent because the New York Rangers lost in 7 games to the New Jersey Devils. Okay. Let's just kind of go through this really quick. So Eric Hall had 4 goals. He 5 assists. Hall led the team with 6 points. Schmidt had a .951 save percentage. On the Rangers, Kreider had 6 goals. Fox had 8 assists. Kreider led the team with 9 points. Shesterkin had .931. Deep breath's good. Mika Zibanejad, Vincent Trocheck, and Artemi Panarin got outplayed by Eric fucking Halla. And that is why the Rangers are not moving on. The Rangers defense I thought was better. Like defensemen. I thought their defensemen were better. I mean, they were under attack the whole fucking time. Like they defended well. If you look at it, like and Igor Shesterkin is a fucking way better goaltender than
Igor Shesterkin, you could make the argument that he kept them into game 7.
And we still lost 4-0.
Yeah.
100%.
And what game was it that he went during a TV timeout and barked at everybody?
Game 5 when they lost 4-0, probably.
Yeah. Dude, Eric Holla, hey, listen, Bucci, love you, but fuck off. Last night, he's like, Eric Holla's got, because everybody said Pavel Zacha for Eric Holla. The Bruins fleeced the Devils until the playoffs.
Mika Zibanejad, 1 goal, 3 assists. Artemi Panarin, two assists. Alexi Lafreniere, first overall pick, 0 points. Phil Hedl, he had a goal and 3 assists. His goal was an empty netter. Capo Caco, second overall pick, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Vincent Trocheck, thank you for your 1 goal.
Well, let me see if I can turn your mood around.
There's
you
no.
Want to talk about the?
We are so fucking doomed. It is.
You want to talk about the Trouba hit?
That is the only thing that happened that I was happy about. And like, I knew we were still gonna lose that game, but fuck Timo Meier, and that was just your tip. Like, it was a perfect Trouba hit, and then everybody's like, these are the type of hits that you need out of the game. Okay, well, how about you take the guys out of the game that skate through the center ice with their head down? How about you take them out of the fucking game? Don't watch fucking hockey, dude. Don't watch hockey.
I'd rather take the diving out myself.
Holy fuck, what a hit. An absolute fucking yard sale. It was unbelievable. He went to the bench, started screaming at him. Nope, nobody woke up. So that was all for nothing. But a cool moment. I hate Timo Meier. He's a fucking scumbag rat. But got on the handshake line. You saw him and Trouba shake hands. That was kind of a cool fucking moment.
Yeah. He was like, I think he said clean hit or something like that. Yeah.
So I don't know what the Rangers are going to do. Yeah, because we're not going to talk Rangers Bruins. I did see something. Joel Quenneville is being rumored to perhaps go to the Rangers.
So wait. So you're out on Gallant now.
So I'm not. I think he's gone. It's not necessarily what I think. Mm-hmm. You said that you were cool with your players, not cool with the coaching staff. I'm okay with the coaching staff. I'm not cool with your players. There was not a single coach that was going to have Panarin perform any better than the way he performed, or Mika Zibanejad perform any better.
I wonder though if that's just like me being optimistic and you being pessimistic. Are like we looking at this wrong, both of us? You know what I mean?
Panarin did fucking nothing. It didn't matter what line he was on, what forecheck they were running. This is Panarin. He gets the puck. He gets into the zone on the half wall. He hits the brakes and he waits for other people to come up. Then he gets double team. He turns the puck over. The puck goes the other way. Every fucking time, dude. Every time. A coach is not going to make Mika Zibanejad outplay Eric Holla. Mika Zibanejad is going to make Mika Zibanejad outplay Eric Holla. And they didn't.
Do you think that there was part of the Rangers like overlooking the Devils, thinking they had it because they're too young? Or?
No, I think the Rangers are full of European pussies that don't fucking get pucks deep in forecheck. Our best line the whole series was our fourth line, which was Tyler Mott, Jimmy Vesey, and Barclay Goodrow. They were the only people that fucking they did.
Yeah, Vesey, he's playing with a lot more physical than I remember him
because he bought into his role. The Rangers are designed for Mika Zibanejad, and he's toast, dude. Get rid of him. Get rid of them all.
All right, so you're the GM of the Rangers. What do you do?
I trade everybody except for Igor Shesterkin and Adam Fox, and I rebuild. Because Fox is still 24. Shesterkin, I think, is 26 or 27, 28 years old. You still have a few years left in them. Trade them all. How do the Rangers get the first overall pick and second overall pick, and they get Capo fucking Caco and Alexi Lafreniere? Like, those are the what? I just don't get it. And I know everybody's going to be like, pessimist, Ked. Like, you're just overreacting. Your first overall pick had 0 points in 7 games in the playoffs. Here's one for you. He's a fucking bust, dude. He's not going to do anything. He's never going to be the guy that's going to fucking, and I would say most of that's, actually, no. Some of that's on him. I think most of it is the culture in the room where you have fucking Mika Zibanejad and Chris Kreider trying to teach these young kids how to be a fucking pro. Those are the two guys you wanted to have be a pro. I knew we were fucked when I woke up one morning. I saw an article. Somebody on the Rangers said that Chris Kreider was an intelligent hockey player. And I was like, well, we're fucking done. We're not winning. Like, if they fucking actually think that. He scores all of his goals because the pucks hit him. That's it. He was -4.
And he had like 10 goals, right?
He was -4 in Game 7.
Oh, in Game 7? Yeah, I thought you meant overall.
Insane.
All right, go to the next one.
They suck. They're bums. You're all a bunch of fucking bums. Except for Igor Shesterkin and Adam Fox is getting hate. How is Adam Fox getting hate? He's our best player every fucking night.
Hey, I also want to give a little stick taps to my boy, Barclay Goodrow. He took on that fucking giant trying to get the team fired up. What's his name? Ball? Right? The defenseman for the Devils.
Yeah.
When he tried. I mean, when you got guys, see, that's the thing I don't understand. When you got guys doing stuff like that, you got Igor yelling at the bench. You got Trouba laying out big hits. You got Goudreau giving up at least 8-9 inches to that kid.
Yeah.
And throwing punches with him. And you would think that would get you going,
Bro, and it's insane.
And Patrick Kane was on the third line too, right?
People were giving Kane shit. He had 5 points.
But
how many points did Mika Zibanejad had? How many points did Artemi Panarin have?
My point is Kane had 5 points playing third line minutes.
It's the whole thing's fucked up. It's just they're just so fucking bad. They're so goddamn bad. So like they lost to the New Jersey Devils. They're fucking awful. What do they say in Spin Chickens? They're fugazis.
I will say this, man. The Devils are fast.
And we're fucked because Ryan Lindgren's probably not going to be able to get re-signed. Like, you have Keandre Miller and Alexi Lafreniere coming up on RFA deals. Keandre Miller had a fucking terrible second half of that season. And what are you going to pay Alexi Lafreniere? Alexi Lafreniere should pay me to have to watch him play hockey.
Just send him a Venmo request. Every time you watch a game, he goes, I don't know who this Ked guy is, but every game I get a Venmo request for $50 from watching him.
Fucking insane, dude. Vincent Trocheck, thanks for showing up, dude. Thanks. Hey, Vinny, thanks for the 1 goal. Thanks for coming on the podcast, you fucking bum. All right, Western Conference.
Go ahead.
Colorado Avalanche, Seattle Kraken. The Kraken took it in 7 games. Rantanen had 7 goals. Taves had 8 assists. Rantanen had 10 points. Georgiev with the .914 save percentage. Not as good as Igor and not good enough to get done. Jaden Schwartz, 2 goals. Yanni Gourde, 5 assists. Yanni Gourde had 6 points. Philip Grubauer, .926 save percentage. We kind of talked about these guys a little bit ago. They just don't go away. And they're just,
and they're, like I said,
they come in waves, dude.
4 lines.
Yeah.
4 lines.
Yep.
4 lines.
Yep.
It's like, I mean, Yanni Gourde's their star, right?
The Rangers did
maybe.
The Rangers did not put together 1 shift the way the Kraken put together any of their shifts in the playoffs.
It's crazy. If you haven't watched the Kraken, watch this Dallas series. They're fun to watch. They really are.
Wait, so they're playing Dallas and they're up 4-2?
They're playing Dallas and Edmonton's playing Vegas.
Interesting. Okay. Well, we'll get to that in a little bit. The way to be, Ked. Do you have anything else on this? Colorado? I mean,
no.
That's kind of a big loss.
Cup hangover. What's crazy though is that you had the Bruins, the President's Trophy winners, and then the defending Cup champs both lose to wild card teams on the same day, which is just like one of those only in sports moments we talk about all the time. You know what I mean? It's crazy.
So they're playing the Stars. The Stars ended up being Minnesota in 6 games. Rope Hintz, 5 goals, 7 assists for 12 points. Andre had a .929 save percentage. Minnesota Wild, you're not going to win when Freddie Gaudreau leads you in goals with 3. Gustav Nyquist leads you in assists with 5, and he's tied with Hartman for 5 points.
There's got to be something wrong with Kirill, right? There's got to be.
I mean, they were targeting him pretty hard.
But he's a big kid. He's tough. He's like a young McKinnon, on the way up. He's not going to shy away. You're not going to see him, shy away from contact and stuff. I would say, though, give me this instead of a 7-game series. Give me this in a 27-game series. I could watch these 2 teams play every single day. I mean, you talk about not having, like, if you don't have skin in the game, like the heart attacks you have watching the Bruins or you watching the Rangers. That's just an enjoyable series to watch as a hockey fan.
Rangers have to be in the game to have a heart attack, but I get the sentiment behind there. But you're right, yeah, absolutely. I like the Wild. I already talked to you about. There was like a point there for a second where I almost got every single series wrong, and I was just going to wear a paper bag on my head.
What did you get right?
The Oilers.
Oh yeah.
And that might have been it.
All right, go ahead. Loyal to the oil.
I think that. Hold on, let's think. I didn't pick Dallas. I didn't pick Seattle. I didn't pick Carolina. I didn't pick Jersey. I didn't pick Panthers. I didn't pick Toronto. I didn't pick Vegas. Yeah, I got Edmonton. Thanks for tuning into the podcast. Pacific Division. Thank God for the Oilers. Ken, I got you, bud. Vegas Golden Knights, Winnipeg Jets. Knights 1-5. We talked about the comments from Bonus a little bit earlier. Stevenson, 4 goals, Stone 5 assists. Stevenson had 8 points, .915 save percentage out of Brossois. Lowry, four goals, Pionk, 7 assists. He had 7 points and 886 save percentage out of Hellebuck. I mean, honestly, at this point, whatever I say, the exact opposite happens. So that's kind of what I had there. The Jets, they didn't have it. Their stars are very much like the Rangers stars. They just don't fucking show up. At least they try, though. So
I think I was reading something or listening to something. They haven't recovered since Big Buff left.
No. And it's hard to replace Big Buff. But
he's a unicorn, you know? Yeah. I mean, and Hellebuck, that deciding game, I think they scored like 30 seconds in. They went like forehand, backhand, and Hellebuck guessed the wrong way, and they just tucked it in an open net, and I was like, oh, boy.
Yep.
And it sucks because I so want Winnipeg to be good.
Yeah, I do too, just because of just
what did Hal say? I'd rather have a player who wants to rip beers in Manitoba than go out in the strip in Vegas any day. And fuck yeah, man. Yeah. That's what you want, you know.
That is what you want. That's hockey.
Yeah.
Oilers Kings. The Oilers ended up winning in 6. Draisaitl 7 goals, Bouchard 8 assists, Draisaitl had 11 points, 964 save percentage out of Jack Campbell. There was one play where the Oilers had scored 14 goals, and I think it was 14 goals, and Draisaitl was on the ice for every single one of them.
Yeah, crazy stat. Yeah.
Kempe 5 goals, Arvidsson 6 assists. Kempe had 5 points. Korpisalo, remember how we were talking how good he was last week? Well, he ended up with an 892 save percentage.
So that's the thing. LA, right? Your shopping list for the offseason?
Yep.
I think you might have hung on to quick. You need a goalie.
Yeah, you might need a goalie.
Yeah.
But I think the Kings did a lot more than what people thought they were going to do.
Yeah, agreed.
Like the Oilers were they were a little panic mode there for a bit.
No, they were, but the Kings 2 years in a row eliminated in the first round. Now it's not like, hey, great, we made it. Now it turns into
what do we do to
take that next step, right?
Yep, I would agree with that. So semifinals preview. We have Vegas, Edmonton, Seattle, Dallas, Jersey, Carolina, Florida, Toronto. So Vegas, Edmonton. I'm gonna go Edmonton. They were the only team that I got right the first time. I'm just gonna keep rolling. Actually, you know what? No, I'm gonna go Vegas.
Oh Jesus!
I'm gonna go Vegas. You want to know why I'm gonna go Vegas? Because I'm a fucking mush. That's why.
How many? Vegas.
Well, I want. Okay, if I actually am afraid that if I pick Edmonton, they're gonna lose just because I picked them.
Okay.
And I want them to win for 10.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Vegas.
Yep.
I'm gonna go Vegas in 6.
Okay.
But Kenton, understand that's why I'm doing that.
All right. Well, Kenton, I'm not the insane one. I'm going Edmonton in 7. I just think these teams, and I put the notes in here, I think these teams are very similar. I think they mirror each other. I think that they both fly. It's up and down the ice. They both get, now that, what's his name? Who's the defenseman Oilers picked up?
Oh, God. Matthias Ekholm.
Ekholm, thank you. Now that he's down there, both teams can generate offense from the back end, right? Both teams.
I'm changing my pick. I'm going with what I think. Edmonton in 6. Sorry, Ken.
I think it's gonna come down to the goaltending in this series. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think Shea Theodore is gonna put an impact in this series at some point. I just love watching that kid play.
I think, Edmonton in 6. I'm going with.
I'm going Edmonton in 7.
Seattle, Dallas. Seattle's what's the score right now? 4-2.
4-2 at the end of 1.
This is a tough one.
All right. Well, you think.
Okay.
So I have it here. So you have the depth of the Kraken versus the Stars superstars, right? Mm-hmm. The goaltending right now is close. Well, not right now because Ottinger led him 4, but Ottinger's the best goalie left in the playoffs, from his track record. Pavelski's coming back for the Stars at some point in this series, although I haven't noticed if he's even playing tonight. And Jared McCann's status is still up in the air. Man, I really want Seattle to do it. I'm sorry, Fink. It's just a good story, you know? Yeah. And I wrote down maybe. I'm going Kraken. Seattle in 7. That's my pick.
I'm going Seattle in 5.
Okay.
And I'm not sorry, Fink. Fuck Nils Lundqvist. I do like Rope Hintz, though.
Rope Hintz is a stud this year in the playoffs.
Very, very good hockey player.
Yeah.
New Jersey Devils, Carolina Hurricanes. This might be my least favorite playoff series, maybe of all time.
It's awful. Like I said right in the notes, outside of Booth, who's watching this?
I think Booth willed the Devils to victory. By the way, Booth put out like a fucking "it's over" blog where we had to like kind of call him and make sure
We talked about it on the last podcast. I read some of his tweets.
I still get people commenting to me about it, thinking that a Rangers fan wrote it and blaming that blog on the Rangers losing. So Booth, good on you.
Good on you, Booth. There, he's playing 3D chess over there.
Yeah. Eric Hall is not going to outplay the Carolina Hurricanes. The Hurricanes are going to come in fucking waves, dude. It's going to be Hurricanes in 5.
All right. So I said, I think that Carolina can skate with New Jersey, and they're heavier. I think they're heavier.
Yep.
They have the experience. But I just love the fact that this rookie goalie is in there, and it's like Ken Dryden. You know what I mean?
It is not. I'm so sick and tired of people sucking this guy's dick. Dude, the Rangers had no scoring chances on this guy, and people are fucking making him out to be like the next.
He's playing great,
Dryden, dude.
No, I didn't say he's like Ken Dryden.
Hurricanes in 4. That's what I'm saying. He is going to get peppered. Vanacek's going to be in that series game 2.
Okay. I just like the story of it. And I like the fact that he's so economical in his motions. You know what I mean? He's not floundering. He's not jumping. He seems cool as a cucumber back there. And yeah. And like I said, I can't stand the fucking Hurricanes, and they're fucking crying from their head coach. So Boother, I'm with you. I'm going Devils in 6.
Canes in 4, dude.
All right.
Take warning.
All right.
What do they do? The circle jerk thing at the end of the game. What do they do? What that thing's called? Storm surge. The storm surge, dude.
Yeah. Oh,
hear it? Hey, Booth, hear that?
I heard an interview. Oh, who's the player? There's a player on Martinook. It was Jordan Martinook. I heard an interview with him, and for the Carolina Hurricanes, and they were talking about one of the storm surges. The one where you remember the one where Evander Holyfield pretended to knock out a player? It was Martinook. And they told him, like, leading up to they're like, hey, we got something for you in the storm surge. He's like, what? And Justin Williams was like, you'll see. And then when Evander Holyfield walked into the locker room prior to the game to meet everybody, Martinook looked at Williams, and Williams gave him like a big shit-eating grin, and he was like, oh, fuck. So he had to go out there and do that. Yeah. This is why I hate listening to, because I hate the Hurricanes. I can't stand their whole franchise. And then I hear the interview with Jordan Martinook. I'm like, oh, he sounds like a cool cat. Like, he'd be fun on the podcast. And I'm like, God damn it. I want to live in my hate with these guys.
I think we were right about one thing with Jack Hughes. He doesn't like to get hit because every time the Rangers are near him. But I will say this. He showed up a lot more than the Rangers stars did.
Game 7, at one point, he got hit in his own defensive end and laid there on his knees, barking at the ref while the puck went back the other way. And I was like, God damn it, get up and skate, man. Yeah. I hate that shit.
Yeah. So I mean, I could have said get up and skate to quite literally anybody on the Rangers, so he was fine. But that's what I'm saying. Like, that shit's not going to fly next series. It's not.
All right.
Florida, Toronto. Can they stand up to Florida's relentless forecheck? Good question. Can Matthews deal with Barkov? Florida playing the underdog role. Kachuk Bennett.
They already started today. Kachuk yesterday, was saying stuff.
Yep, and Florida won tonight.
Yeah, 4-2.
I'm gonna go Panthers in 6, just like you.
Yep, Florida.
Yeah. So we have all the same except for the New Jersey Carolina series.
My personal hope, right, in my little hope here, is that Florida gets to dry hump the Devils in the Eastern Conference Finals. I want to see all these Devils pissing him on. I want to see Matthew Tkachuk rub Dougie Hamilton's face up and down the glass. I want to see Jack Hughes crying about Sam Bennett literally lubing up his stick and jamming him with it.
Yeah.
And then on the other side, Edmonton, Seattle be a great Western Conference,
Yeah.
So
we'll see, man. It's buckle up, man.
Kenton, I'll have these over to you in an email in a little while for the next round graphic.
At least I get to watch real hockey players play now, so that's cool. All right, dump and change.
That's fucking great.
These are unbelievable. These
Wow,
are
that is
unbelievable.
beauty. So we had that idea, right? For those that aren't watching on YouTube, but you should be, and you should subscribe.
You should.
We're like, what if because for dump and change, what if I stick handle and you throw a cone at me? And the cone just kind of, we were like, maybe it'll take out your legs, maybe it'll take out the puck. So he was trying to hit me with it and he missed, but it scooped the puck up perfectly. That was the first time we did that. And he looks at me and he goes, we're never going to do better than that. I go, no, that's it. We're done. That is perfect. Oh, that's hilarious. All right. So, double change with the new. So have you heard about the Flash? You know, that kid, Ezra Miller is the actor, and he's just an idiot. Like he's got like mental imbalance when he goes off his meds. He was doing all like these break-in and enterings and stuff. So they almost canned this whole thing, but there's so much money tied up in it. They ended up making the movie The Flash, which is supposed to come out in June, and they are saying it's the best comic book hero movie of all time, which is insane. So there's a bit of a Batman renaissance in this movie. In the trailer, you see both Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton as Batman in type of a multi-universe type of thing. And not to be outdone, while this was going on, someone stuffed a microphone in Christian Bale's face and said, hey, would you ever come back and do Batman? And he said, I would definitely be doing it as long as Christopher Nolan was involved directing, which I thought was pretty cool. Because I thought Christian Bale was a pretty good Batman.
I would agree.
So U.S. long jumper Tara Davis Woodhull was stripped of her national title due to positive that well-known PED, cannabis. I mean, come on.
No, I kind of disagree with you more on this.
Why?
Because it's a rule that you're not supposed to do it. It doesn't matter if it's a dumb rule. It's still a rule.
You're right. It's a rule you're not supposed to. And I don't have an issue.
All you have to do to have a national title is not do this.
But my
there
point
ain't no
is,
but. It's a
rule is idiotic, and it's the NCAA.
Yes,
yeah,
I agree with you. It's an idiotic rule. It's a fucking rule.
Okay, fair enough.
That's where I'm at on that. And
no, I'm not crying.
Not you. Everybody else. It's a fucking rule. Like
I'm not crying about what happened to her. I think it sucks for her, and I wish they would re-examine the rule.
I don't think it sucks for her. I think she sucks because she did that, but idiotic rule.
Well, you don't know. She could have like social anxiety and she needs to smoke or something. Who knows?
Well, then don't long jump.
No, fair enough. Speaking of drug and alcohol abuse, Bam Margera, at least when we did this document, is on the run. The erstwhile Jackass star is wanted for assaulting and threatening to shoot someone during a dispute at his home in PA. He allegedly threatened to kill everyone in the house and was like, it was basically like White Man Can't Jump. He was like, I'm going to go get my gun. You know, allegedly. This is all allegedly.
Yeah.
Poor Bam. Listen, Bam, I like Bam, but he hasn't been right since Ryan Dunn.
He's having a little bit worse of a week than I am. So
yeah, I'd say so. He just ever since Ryan Dunn passed away, it's been a downward spiral. It's tough. I don't know if you saw this story. Drew Maggi of the Pittsburgh Pirates made his major league debut after 1,155 minor league games over 13 years. Gets the nice standing ovation and immediately got a pitch violation for stepping out of the box.
Welcome to the bigs, bud.
But so Major League Baseball reached out and said to teams, hey, listen, if there's going to be, this is so dumb. If there's going to be an ovation, you need to let us know ahead of time so we can stop so you don't get the violation.
Yeah.
You need to know the day before the game is what they said. So how are you going to predict? Right. I mean, come on.
Yeah.
Have you heard of this? Have you heard of the 37th parallel?
No.
This is going to freak you out. I'm just warning you right now.
All right.
The 37th parallel north gets a little more attention. This is the latitude circle that runs through the middle of the U.S. and is known as a UFO superhighway in parts of Colorado especially. While there have been reports for years coming out of the area, lately there have been cows found mutilated very cleanly and drained of blood with no footprints or animal tracks. Last week, 6 cows were found with their tongues cut out with, quote, surgical precision and left decaying in the open for weeks without a single animal or bird eating the remains of their carcasses. The cows were believed to be cut without being disturbed, as investigators have determined that the cows were, quote, operated on while standing. In some cases, the cow's anus and genitalia were also removed with the same precision. There have been reports such as this going back 50 years in the area, and also a report back in 1976 where police officer Gabe Valdez said in his investigation that he found evidence of, quote, triangular-shaped object landing near a cow. Then some kind of tripod exited the craft. These tripods were anywhere from 28 inches to 4 inches in length. These tripods that exited this UFO craft followed the cow for 600 feet before the cow finally fell dead. And these tripods had little tracks that they left on the ground. Gabe returned to the same incident site for a second time and found these tracks had eventually gone over his tire tracks, meaning they came after he was there. Do you believe in UFOs, Ked? What do you think?
As Stephen A. Smith would say, lay off the weed.
I mean, I feel like it's kind of arrogant to not think that there's the possibility of other life in the immense, giant space that we know about.
There's definitely none in the New York Rangers dressing room. I'll tell you.
Ah, there we go.
We went over
dump and change, buddy.
Dump and change. We're good with Bruins and all that stuff. We already talked about that. Beer league roundup.
There's the other one. So there was one. We did another one. Oh, that's so funny. I can't wait for Johnny to watch this because he and I were at that rink for like 2 hours that day doing all this stuff. And shout out to Paula Gray. Paula runs the local rink right by the house, and I told her what I wanted to do. And she's like, you can't get any of the league names because it's kids,
Yeah.
And everything. And she's like, whatever you want to do. And I'm like, can we go for the open skate? She's like, why don't you come after the open skate? So she gave us the ice for like 2.5 hours. We were out there.
That's cool.
She's the best. So shout out, Paula.
So we had playoffs, and we lost because I'm a loser.
Is it one and done playoffs?
One and done. I had 2 goals and an assist, but it wasn't enough. It's never fucking enough, Brownie. So that's kind of what happened with that. A group of those guys ended up going to Lake Placid, and they won a tournament up there.
Oh, nice.
And they ordered tracksuits and walked around the whole weekend with tracksuits.
That's the best.
I thought that was so fucking
We
funny.
should do morning skate tracksuits. That'd be sick.
I'd fucking wear one.
Same.
It was pretty cool. I guess they had play-by-play at this tournament and shit. Like it was a legit tournament. So shout out to EC Mayhem and that crew, Matt Lefebvre and all those guys. I thought that was pretty funny. And like they played in that game and then they literally drove back to playing another game. So like a lot of them walked into the locker room with their tracksuits on,
oh, that's
gold
awesome.
medal and shit, and they got like these hats. It was pretty funny to see.
That's great.
I thought that was hilarious. So shout out to those guys. It's now softball season, so that's kind of where I'm at. What do you got with beer league?
We played our last game. I think I played the first period at forward, and then someone had some issues, so I slid back on D. I finally got a couple of apples with the new stick. I was pointless for like 3 games with the new twig, and I was not happy about it. Went back to white tape on the black blade. Felt much better. It was. We played, we won, and now summer league, and I got invited to a couple of different pickups. Actually, I thought of this earlier, and it just reminded me. So I was trying to think of how like the Panthers play. Right, trying to describe it.
Yeah,
and I was talking to someone who doesn't really follow hockey that much, but he plays.
Yeah,
right. And I go, the guy at pickup who's probably Canadian, and he doesn't have an off switch.
Yeah,
so you play in pickup and someone scores. So what do? You fish the puck out, you give it to someone behind your net, and you go back the other way. And the other team usually back off to the red line.
Yeah.
Right? There's always one guy from outside of fucking Montreal or something who's like at the circles, like, you know what I mean? And it's like, dude, fucking relax. Or he's screaming offsides. He's not a hardo because he's a great guy in the parking lot and everything, but he just plays at a 10 all the time.
Game 7, dude.
That's the fucking Florida Panthers.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
So there you go. That's all I got from Beer League.
All right, Beer League roundup. Now we're gonna go to Don Moore's Heroes and Zeros. I don't think it's Don Moore's anymore. I think it's just Heroes and Zeros. So.
Look at that form.
I feel like that was just right out of Star Wars. So
Oh my god.
heroes and zeros. So I've been kind of a miserable twat the whole episode. So I'm gonna bring in some positive energy at this point.
All right.
So, I have a couple of heroes. Softball season. Fucking love softball season's got our first dub this today, 15-2. Not a big deal. Keep the change. Right. Got another game tomorrow. I think it's gonna get rained out, but we have a softball tournament coming up this weekend, which is gonna be all day Saturday and all day Sunday. So that'll be pretty cool. Another hero of mine, Heated Core, Morning Skate 15. That's my other one. And then my last one is I'm going to do a hockey tournament in Burlington this summer in July, which is gonna be pretty cool. The boys are heading up there. We're gonna be
Burlington, Vermont.
Yep. And we're going to be the Mustard Cats. We're getting these sick fucking jerseys. Morning Skate will be on the shoulder, which will be nice to rep the guys. I'm going to
you can send me a number 28.
I'm going to do a podcast while I'm out there.
Nice.
So it'll, I think it'll be pretty fun. It should be a pretty good time. So those are my heroes. Everything else in my life sucks.
All right. So I'm going to do zeros first because I want to end on a high note, right?
Yeah.
So here's my thing. If Omar was injured,
okay,
you don't play him, right? You're in a platoon all season long. You get to the playoffs, and all of a sudden, it's no platoon. You start shuffling the lines, but not the way that he had been doing them prior. And listen, I like Montgomery as a coach. I think the team needed the breath of fresh air that he brought after Cassidy, right? But Cassidy's still alive. But the thing that gets me is that I need from the coaching staff the same accountability that I heard from the players. You know, instead of saying, oh, it was goalie Bob Asenza, who's been the goalie coach for like 13 years for the Bruins. Mm-hmm. No, you don't say, well, goalie Bob. You say, listen, I'm the head coach, and I thought that was the way it should have been.
Yeah.
It's just that one just rubs me the wrong way.
It's a fucking shame to have the best season of all time, right? And then it's like you guys did all of that work, you performed that well for quite literally nothing.
Yeah. My heroes, Don Sweeney. Listen, he gets a lot of shit here, especially with that whole Mitch Marner. Maybe this whole thing is the curse on Mitch Marner or Mitch Miller, whatever his name is.
I don't forget his name, Brownie. Mitch Miller.
Yeah, I'm trying. Well, listen, Don Sweeney did everything you could want a GM to do at the trade deadline. Every year at the trade deadline, the Bruins were in cap hell for so long. Never got, you're looking at your phone constantly. The biggest trade deadline I remember was my phone blew up when the Bruins signed Iginla. So many people calling me to tell me,
they're
like, I was on the beach and they're like, you got Iggy. And I was like, so here's what I want to say. If this was the last time we see David Krejci, it's hard, right? Krejci's been a stud, always picks his game up in the playoffs, was a lot of the time of his career very overlooked, I feel. He was the second
league wide for sure.
What's
league
that?
wide for sure. League wide,
yeah,
for
league
sure.
wide for sure. The way, he's not fast. He doesn't have the big clapper.
He's not a brand name, dude. I think if you asked an average hockey player who David Krejci was, I'm not even being like a dick about this. I don't think many people would know who he was.
But he was so silky, so like Jack
Edwards. He's the perfect second line center, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Jack Edwards would always say, like, in the eddy of the flow, he would find that soft spot, and David Krejci, manipulator of time and space. If that's the end for Krejci, I'm sorry to see him go, but the sting was taken out a little bit when he went and played in Czech, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to my buddy Brendan, who fucking wears 46 in every beer league team he plays for because he loves Krejci.
Yeah.
So that's shout out to Krejci. This one, dude, if I get emotional, I apologize right now because when this fucking cat, Bergeron left the ice. He was the last player off the ice. He stood at the gate and had a hug and something to say to every single player on the team. He held it together until Marchand and him.
Yeah.
And then Bergeron was he could see in his eyes, Marchand was upset. Bergeron was consoling Krejci. He's the fucking pro's pro, man, this kid.
Still has stuff in the tank. That's the only thing that if he retires, it's because he just doesn't want to play hockey anymore. It's not because he's not capable of playing hockey.
Right.
He's still a fucking unbelievable hockey player. So keep that in your mind. He might come back, dude.
Yeah, no, I know. I think there's gonna be some conversations. He alluded to it that he's gonna talk to his family, make some decisions. In that whole, like, at the end, he did the little stick wave and a half circle in the heart, and I was like, selfishly, I don't want that to be.
Yeah, that's not
it
selfishly.
with
No,
him.
that
No, it
shouldn't
is.
be. That shouldn't be like. I'm not saying that that's his legacy, but that's not
Right.
how his legacy should end.
No, it shouldn't. So my wife was like, because I sent you and Hal the picture when I was like this, and she took the picture. That's how I watched like every game, like the
Yeah.
nerves. So my daughter. All right, so I'll get to my daughter after. She's gonna be one of my heroes too, because I thought it was great. So my wife asked me, she's like, "How do you feel about this?" I go, "You know what? It was still. I can't fault. Like I said, that little fault I can lay is that the coaches, they played their asses off. They all year. Everyone bought in. Everyone, Nick Foligno with the healthy scratch, not a fucking peep. Chris Wagner and Mike Riley are down in Providence
Dude,
still.
Nick Foligno turned his entire career around.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
he'll probably make some money with the UFA.
but here's another thing. Sorry to interrupt you, but
No,
like,
it's all right.
you guys lost, but
Mhm.
I don't think you played necessarily bad hockey. Like,
No,
this
they
is
got
the
away
thing.
from their
The
game.
Rangers played bad fucking hockey. They didn't even play hockey. They got skull fucked for 7 games. You guys at least were still in the game. You know what I mean? So, like, as a fan, hurts totally.
Yeah.
But at least you weren't just fucking taking it deep every single time that you were out there. Am I wrong?
No, but you're
Like,
hijacking my Bergeron moment here.
Okay, sorry.
So my whole thing, when my wife asked me about this, I said, I just feel bad for him. And listen, he's got a great life. He's a cup champ, gold
Okay.
medal, everything, multimillionaire, but he deserves so much better. And I said to her, I go, if they could have won the cup for him and he rode off into the sunset, I think I might have been okay with them never winning a cup again.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It
Yeah.
would have got the 2 in his career. I was, a big watching.
You were at the
all of
beginning
them.
and yeah.
I just wanted so much better. I've watched this kid play his entire career. I'd love to meet him someday and just thank him. Because really, you appreciate it, but if you watch them night in and night out, the stuff he does,
80 plus games a year, you're watching that guy play hockey. As silly as this sounds, he's a big part of your life. That's why sports is sick.
It's so dumb.
But like that's why sports is fucking sick, dude. It takes your mind off of all the other stupid bullshit that's going on in your life.
So my last zero, because I just thought of this when we were talking, is my daughter. So there's nothing better.
Zero or hero?
What did I say?
Zero.
Oh, I'll call her a zero hero.
Okay.
So there's nothing better than the chirps, because that's a big part of hockey. We all know. So she was watching games with me, but she only stays awake till like about 8:00. We try to get her to bed between like 7:30 and 8:30, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she'd watch like half the first period. And with the Panthers, she tells me that she likes the logo. She's like, I like that logo. I like the Panther. And I'm like, well, that's great. This is a Bruins house. And she's like, boo, Bruins. Then she's going, here we go, Panthers. Here we go. Because she knows that from the Huskies, right? When we go to the games. So at one point, the Panthers were up. She goes to bed, and she knew the Panthers were winning. They're upstairs, she and my wife, and the Bruins score, and I jump off the couch, and I'm like, yes! And I'm like, oh, sorry. And my daughter, according to my wife, looked at my wife with a huge shit-eating grin and goes, Mom, watch. And goes, boo, Bruins. So for that, she gets my hero 0.
That's fair. One of my earliest memories is like just waking up in the middle of the night to my dad screaming, fucking hey, Messier, and me like running out there and being like, what's going on?
Yeah. That's the best.
So heroes and zeros, and then we have one last segment, 3 stars.
We were sober for all of that.
It's incredible. I love it. So our 3 stars is because our lives suck and our teams are out of the playoffs and they're not doing a long run. As we have a lot of time. So what are we going to do in this time? What are we excited about that we're not going to be obsessed over?
Oh, I misunderstood the assignment.
Shocking.
I thought you meant 3 things we wanted to see in the playoffs.
Oh, well, we can do that. I'll just change it on the fly. I'm good with that.
No, I'll change mine on the fly too. So go ahead with your 3 things we want to see just have happen.
I'm so glad that I get to watch hockey and not have any skin in the game. That's one of my stars. Like, it's going to be really fun to not be like hyperventilating every time Jack Hughes has the puck. Like that'll be pretty.
So this is one of your things that you're going to enjoy without hockey, or this is one of your things
without the Rangers being in the playoffs.
Okay.
Yeah,
right,
and Slash just fucking chirping Booth. I think I might write a blog every game the Hurricanes win, talking about how good that they are.
One of a Hurricanes writer, so hop on.
Yeah. Oh, shout out to our new Seattle writer, by the way.
Oh yeah. Good on him.
Yeah, good on him. He's doing a great fucking job.
Yep.
Dude, he's not he's a great guy.
Yep.
Sebastian, great name.
Nice. Seabass. There you go, Seabass.
Mm-hmm.
So my 3rd star, from how I interpreted this, was the thing I'm looking forward to in the playoffs now that the Bruins are out, is Rod Brindamore crying and complaining about the refs.
Yeah.
Because as much as I hate it, I love to see it because he's such a fucking whiny twat.
It's inevitable.
Yeah.
It's inevitable. My 2nd star, I'm going to be able to have a life. Like, I'm going to be able to go get drinks when the weather's nice and not have to worry that I need to be home at a certain time. So the fact that, like, my life's kind of back in a weird way, that would be my 2nd star.
So my 2nd star is along the same lines. I have a lot of work that I'm, like, kind of behind because when I'm up till 1 in the morning, I'm dragging ass, especially consecutively. So I would get caught up on that. But my number 2 star in terms of the playoffs is I want to see Austin Matthews lit the fuck up by Sam Bennett.
Okay.
That's what I want. I want to see pain. I'm fine with an injury. I don't like him. I want Matthew Tkachuk to be the face of USA Hockey, not Austin Matthews and Jack Hughes. Give me like I said to you, give me the Tkachuk sister as the face of USA Hockey over these two after Matthews and Hughes. So, yeah, I want like Clubber Lang, our second Rocky reference tonight. I want like Clubber Lang. What do you predict? What do I predict? Pain. That's what I want.
My number 1 star is going to sound silly. I've talked about softball. It's going to be nice not having a conflicting schedule. There were a couple of times last year when the Rangers were on, I had a softball game. I'm like, motherfucker. Like that. That's just the worst thing ever. So the fact that I can just being able to enjoy shit, dude, like that'll be my number 1 star.
The number 1 thing I'm hoping for the rest of the playoffs is just chaos. I want upsets. I want blood on the ice. I want people climbing into the stands to go fight out in Toronto Maple Leaf Square, whatever that is. And that's why Kenton's going to be upset. But my dream final, even though I picked it differently, my dream final is Kraken versus Panthers.
That would be crazy.
That would just be chaos.
It would be.
And it would be a nice break between games because they'd have to fly all the way across the country. So it'd be a nice break. So,
yeah.
They would be spread out nice. We go to like late June.
Canada must feel pretty good having Edmonton and Toronto in there right now, though.
I feel like Toronto's really hated by a lot of people.
At the last time Canada's won a cup, I'm pretty sure it's 93. The year before the Rangers won, the Canadians won.
It was Canadians, right? Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. So, hey, listen, I would like to see Edmonton do it for Kenton and the fact that they're not going to be able to hold that team together.
30
They got another year before that team starts to fall apart. Who was it?
The Panthers can't win the Stanley Cup, dude. Mark Stahl lifts the fucking Stanley Cup before the New York Rangers lift the Stanley Cup.
I forgot about the Stahls.
I don't think I'll ever watch hockey again. That'll be it for the morning skate. Thanks, Heated Core, but I'm out. Like, Mark Stahl wins the Stanley Cup. That's it. That's all she
Hi, this is your co-host Brownie, and I'm here with my co-host Fink, and we're here to talk about Heated Core.
Yeah. That's what we have for this episode. Do you got anything else, Brownie?
You saw the video I sent you of Jerome McGinley. Where was he? At the Wranglers game?
Yeah.
So now I know where he is. We can go find him. So listen, Jerome, I have some free time. The Bruins are out. I don't think there's a team left that you played for. No?
I think you're right.
Yep. So hit me up, buddy. Come on the podcast, you glorious bastard. It'd be great to get some insight.
It would be fun.
God bless
guys,
you.
Thanks for tuning in. Again, check us out on YouTube,
Spotify, heatedcore.com.
Heated Core, check them out. Morning Skate 15, check them out. everybody, thanks for putting up with me, and we'll talk to you next week.